Hi everyone, I'm Laura and welcome to Book Bubbler. For those of you who are new, welcome. I hope you find something you like and you don't mind some sarcasm, the occasional swear, and a lot of really random reading. And for everyone who's been here since the beginning, thank you so much. I so appreciate you all. I don't know what my problem is. I just haven't been on YouTube that much lately. I don't know what it is. My brain is elsewhere. Where that would be, I don't know. But I know that I haven't been commenting or even watching anyone's videos. I don't know. But I'm working on it, I promise. So, for Friday Read this week, I have a Friday Reads consisting of 5 books, and then I have an accidental book haul. So I will get the books I've read out of the way first. First up is this one that's Hexed by Kevin Hearne. This is the second in the, I don't know what it's called, series. It's urban fantasy set in Arizona. The main character is the last living druid, so he is thousands of years old. This book finds him signing a peace treaty accord of some kind with a group of witches in town that they're going to work together to preserve the boundaries and make sure that everyone stays safe and all the creepy crawly nasty supernatural things stay out. So they sign this, and then a group of Bacchants, which follow the god Bacchus, they are coming into town and they have to like try and take them all out, because the only way to kill Bacchants, I think, is to decapitate them. I don't know. So they roll into town and there's like a bunch of prep work with him and his werewolf and vampire lawyers, and then the group of witches. And so they take care of the Bacchants, except for one, of course. One always gets away. And then the second larger part of the plot is fighting a different group of witches, some kind of German Hexen, they're called, I believe. And they're really nasty and they want to take over all this stuff, and they're like just scary and terrible, and they're working with demons from hell. Some of them are pregnant with demon babies. Like it's crazy. It is also like plot-tastic. It's like plot. It just kind of keeps coming. So it was fun to read and I enjoyed it. It's a little less dude bro-y than the first one seemed to be for some reason. I will get on the hold list for the third one, and when it comes up, I'll read it. If I need to let it go and I'll request it again, that's fine. So, 3 stars, no big deal. Then, finally working on reading some of my library books that I've had for, let's not say how long. So I have Bury the Lead by Gaby Dunn and illustrated by Claire Rowe. This is a standalone graphic novel, comic, not sure. No, it's graphic novel. That is perfect for Pride Month. I know I've just missed June, but it's like Pride all the time, right? I mean, let's be real. So this story follows a young reporter who starts as an intern, working for a paper. Don't know the main character's name or where the paper was. Small details. So we find her in this internship and trying to get a grip on a good case so she can break a lead and become an official reporter, get her byline out there, etc. So there is this late blonde lady that was accused of killing her husband and murdering her child. And they found the husband's body but not the child's body. And the woman is arrested, she's in jail, and as she's waiting, all these reporters keep trying to come and talk to this supposed murderer. And so one of the more senior reporters at the paper goes in and, strikes out and says to the girl, like, why don't you go in and try? And, everyone else is striking out, it can't hurt. So for some reason, this accused murderer starts talking to her and telling her things and giving her routing numbers and saying, like, what about the campaign for, this person over here? She, well, everyone loves her, thinks she's great. I don't know. Maybe you want to check this person's name out or whatever. So the reporter, our main character, the girl, is trying to figure out if she's just being led on, if she is telling her the truth, and then why would this lady be telling this inexperienced girl anything about anything. So while that whole story is going on, did she or did she not kill her husband and son? Is she telling the truth about all this like web of complex lies? Is that all true or not? And then this girl is living with her brother and his fiance, who get married in the book. And she's trying to figure out her life too. So she starts dating her coworker who is queer. I think she's queer. And then she has a friend on the police force who is bisexual. The main character is bisexual. There are lots of different people, lots of different groups. You know, it's everyone's with everyone. It doesn't matter. It's all open. It's just matter of fact. It reads kind of noir-y, and it was really interesting. I didn't know anything about it coming in. I saw it recommended on a list, some random place online, who knows where. And it was really interesting. 4 stars for sure. If you like noir-y, mystery kind of things, I recommend it. It was really good. Then making a swift turn into the much more lighthearted, I have the Tea Dragon Society and the Tea Dragon Festival by Katie O'Neill, excuse me. I'll just hold up the first one, which is smaller. So this is beautifully illustrated. It features this young girl here. This has all the rep too. Not people, humans, non-humans, unicorns, magical beings, gay, straight, bi, pan, asexual, whatever. But it's just mostly that's not the whole point of it. But it's about this little girl who meets this friend, Minette, I think. And there are these little creatures called tea dragons. There are different kinds. They're kind of contemptuous. They're very persnickety. They're very close to their humans. And once their leaves mature, then you can pick them up and you can brew this tea. And the tea that comes from the leaves off of these tea dragons contains memories of the dragon's time spent with their owners, which is really sweet. And you can create, you know, different kinds of blends with different kinds of things. So this little girl here, she's working in her family's forge, learning blacksmithing, and then she finds out about tea dragons and decides to join the Tea Dragon Society and learn about caring for tea dragons and how to brew and store things. She's learning about the whole thing with her friend Minette. She's learning from 2 very senior people who have been doing this for a long time, that are a couple, and it's just sweet and delightful. I mean, 4 stars. And then in Tea Dragon Festival, it's sort of a prequel-ish, small stories. There is a dragon that is supposed to be watching over this town in the mountains where one of our main guys in the first book is from originally. So you see the 2 main guys who run the Tea Dragon Society in the first book, how they kind of got together a little bit, some of their adventures when they first became a couple, and go back to visit his mountain town. So they meet this tea dragon and this a dragon, sorry, and then there are tea dragons in the town that the town just takes care of collectively, and you know, friendship and understanding and helping and magic, and they're just so much fun and delightful. So 4 stars for both. Another weird turn. I finished See What I Have Done by Sarah Schmidt. This was out, I don't know, 4 years ago. So for me, this is a relatively new read. Like, it hasn't been on my shelves that long. I remember where I bought it, you know, like, this is about Lizzie Borden, a fictionalized account of what Sarah Schmidt thinks happened, but it's not less straightforward. I think this is what happened. So it's told through 4 alternating viewpoints: Lizzie, her sisters, the maids, and then a man who you're not sure who he is at first. And I'm not going to tell you who he is, because that was like halfway through you find out who he really is. You're like, oh, that's interesting. It's really creepy. It's disturbing. It's graphic. It's almost like magical realism in some small ways. It seems like the house pops and creaks and is aware of everything happening inside. And it's Lizzie telling you most of this, where the house is adjusting or the windows rattle like teeth or things like that. The imagery is extremely vivid. And while she sets up, so like she kind of says who she thinks did it, the author, this is, I'm talking about she. I don't know. I mean, I think she did based on this, but I'm not 100% sure. It's so creepy and disturbing. I had to read it during the day. It's not like haunting terribly. I could sleep okay, but it was like, I don't want to read about carrying a piece of a skull in your pocket and how it like hurts your leg, but you still like it. Like, I don't want to read about that when I'm going to go to bed in an hour. Call me crazy. So yeah, I gave this 3 stars. It was really creepy and extremely well done. Super vivid, really unique, and the author did a cracking job at this book. But I can't say I terribly enjoyed it. I don't think I'll ever reread it. I'd be hard pressed to recommend this to people who wouldn't really enjoy it. I mean, I don't know. I gave it a 3 to 3.5-ish. It's fine. It's good. It's very impressive writing, and I would love to see what she does in future. I don't think she's written anything before this. Maybe her first book. Don't quote me on that, though. But I did like it. Creepy, but good. So that's everything I have read. So now for my accidental book haul. So I will start with the stuff from Paperback Swap first. Paperback Swap, in case you don't know, is very inexpensive to use. Like, I think it's 55 cents they charge you if you don't pay an annual fee to help upkeep the site. I believe the annual fee is $20. I mean, so you list books that you want to get rid of that are in good, very good condition, excellent condition. On the website, you list it by the ISBN, and it gets placed in order based on time. You can create a wish list of books that you want, and when someone wants a book of yours that you have posted, then you pay for shipping and you mail it out. It's $3 something usually. It's media mail. And then they say they received it, and then you get a credit once they receive it. And then you use that credit to request a book that you want yourself. This is probably too much explanation, but whatever. So a whole bunch of holds I've had for sometimes years all came in the last few weeks. So there's a bunch of these. The first up is this much larger book than I expected, George Washington's World by Genevieve Foster. This one, I think the Newbery in 1941 or 42. This is a new and improved edition. And this is so, I mean, I know this, it's 350 pages for a children's book about Washington. So there are illustrations throughout, which I enjoy. There was some like timeline-y thing in here, some cartoons, you know, but I must go through his whole life, what his world was like, etc. It's been out of print for a long time. It's very hard to find even this newer edition copy. This has been on my list since I joined the site, probably 12 or more years ago, and I just got this copy now. Granted, it's not the most popular thing in the universe, but still. So should be interesting. I hope I like it after waiting for all these years for it. Then I got just a, I guess, women's fiction, Penny Vincenzi's, another woman. I have another Penny Vincenzi on my shelf. Actually, I have 2. No Angel and An Outrageous Affair. Of course, they're all unread. No idea what this is about, but I thought, I know that author. Got it. And then I was watching Sarah at Steeped in Books. I will link her channel below. Sarah's one of the first people I followed on BookTube, who I didn't know from anywhere else. The first person I followed was Sean the Book Maniac, so I know him from Litzy. So Sarah at Steeped in Books reads romance, and she was the first person to really educate me about basics, like genres, subgenres, tropes, terminology, all that stuff. Cousin at Always Doing, I will also link her below too, has been slowly working on a little deeper dive definitions of things of the romance genre lately, and those are excellent too. Those are really, really good. But Sarah at Steeped in Books was my first person I watched who read romance on BookTube, and we don't have the same kinds of taste in things, which I believe because there's such a huge variety out there. But she's mentioned this Duets series by Harlequin, which has been defunct for quite a long time. It's essentially romantic comedies, and it's 2 books in one. So I was looking for something else and found a Duets somewhere. So this is Between the Covers by Kathy Linz and The Matchmaker's Mistake by Jane Sullivan. Should be easy reading, whatever. And then I know how I found Duets because I was requesting this book, which is a Harlequin historical from this year, I think, but it's set in ancient Egypt. I didn't know that they went that far back. I have read and own several, like Victorian, Georgian, Edwardian-ish. What's before Regency? Was it Georgian maybe for whatever? So like Britishy kinds of things. A couple set in India. I have one set in ancient China, and then now I have this one in ancient Egypt, and I friggin' love Egypt. So a romance novel set in ancient Egypt, absolutely. Then I have this 21st in the Inspector, oh my gosh, Montalbano series. Good Lord, Laura, it's right on the cover. This is A Nest of Vipers by Andrea Camilleri, translated from Italian. So, got this one. And then the last one from Paperback Swap is Taft 2012 by Jason Heller. So I think they resurrect Taft to be a conservative. This was on the Republican ticket, I believe, when he won. And he kind of goes out of, I think, off the rails in the modern world. I think that's what it is. So I saw this when it came out and thought, this looks kind of cute, whatever, fine. But myself and my friend Michelle, hi Michelle, we joke about Taft all the time. So it's sort of an in-joke. So I got this to kind of read and see if I enjoy it. And if I do, I'll pass it on to her to read too. So who knows with this. So that's my first part of the haul, and the other half I intentionally bought. So I have the, I think, 49th and 50th or 50th and 51st book in the In Death series by J.D. Robb. So I have Connections in Death and Vendetta in Death. I ordered these from my mom. She is up to these now, and I'm still on book 4, but whatever. They're here, they're not going anywhere. Then I got Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. So I am theoretically still participating in the Way of Kings Stormlight series, Storm Along 2020, hosted by Christy Lewis, Michael Knipp, Ryan at Seeking Stories, and Victoria at A Musical Bookworm. I got them all. I'll link them below. So I'm theoretically still doing that. But earlier, before the announcement came through for this Storm Along, I was watching a video on someone's channel. I forget whose, I apologize. And they were talking about Sanderson, and I said, should I start with Way of Kings? And then Rajathan, whose real name I don't remember, I apologize, but I watch his channel a lot. He's really great. I'll link everybody. He mentioned right away, it's like, start with Mistborn, just start here. And I thought, okay, I'll get that one eventually. And then I saw the Storm Along read along, and I thought, oh, I'll just start there. Like, I'm not afraid of a big book. I'm not afraid of high fantasy. I haven't read it before. I've never read Sanderson, but it'll be fine. And to be honest, I am confused and wondering why everyone says, oh, it gets to go at the halfway point. That's 500 some pages. I might, not for now, I might NFN Way of Kings because it's just too much. So I bought this, which is where I probably should have started. I'm hopefully going to start this before the end of the year, but no promises, because as soon as I do that, I just forget about it completely. Then, after sitting in my wish list on Amazon for many years, I just bought it when I was buying pens for myself. That's Selected Letters of Catherine the Great. Like a lot of people, I think I watched the new series on Hulu, which is semi-factual, humorous. It reminded me of the Marie Antoinette movie, which I adore, with, oh my God, what's her name? With the blonde girl. Kristen, what's her face? You know her, Crystal What's Her Face, by Sofia Coppola. Anyway, so it's sort of in that vein, that TV show. And I thought I'd love to read letters because I like reading about Russian history and things. So this should be hopefully entertaining. And then my therapist has mentioned this book 3 times. The last 4 times I saw her. This is The Untethered Soul, A Journey Beyond Yourself by Michael A. Singer. Some kind of self-help, transformation, new age, I don't know what, but she's bringing it up in different contexts. And I thought, okay, I'll get it. And the last one was sort of an impulse buy, but not really. And that is Denali's Howl by Andy Hall. Howl by Hall. This is nonfiction about a group of climbers who tried to climb Denali, which is Mount McKinley, outside of Fairbanks, Alaska. This was set in the 67. So this group of guys decides to climb Denali, I think the north face of Denali, and they hit a freak blizzard 20,000 feet up. And spoiler, not everyone survives. So I have been to Denali, we've camped at the park. It is beautiful and gorgeous and friggin' massive. So this should be really interesting. I think I might try and save this for Nonfiction November. And I haven't heard anyone else talking about this at all. I just sort of saw this randomly. It must have been recommended or trawling through a book list somewhere online. I just look up book lists randomly and it takes me all sorts of places. So not sure where I found it. This is a fairly new publication, I think, like a year ago, 2 years ago. But yeah, anyways, so this should be interesting. So that's it for me this week. I have blabbed enough. Oh my gosh, I have blabbed too much. I apologize. There's a lot of ground to cover though. I'm working on my midway kind of wrap up video. And I'm going to have hopefully some fun videos featuring a special guest, hopefully very soon. We'll see what happens. Not sure what we're going to do yet exactly, but that will be fun. A little teaser. And yeah, I'm just chilling. This weekend is the 4th of July. Happy 4th, America. Let's everybody wear masks and not be jerks, shall we? Let's try that. And yeah, I just plan on reading all weekend, honestly. Well, I'm going to have something fun tomorrow, but yeah, I just want to read, which is sort of a life goal, right? I mean, just read all the time. No one to bother me. Just hand me delicious food and cups of coffee and tea as required, and then just back away. Thank you very much. So yeah, I'll just be reading and hanging out and being a general bum. I did want to ask / mention, I don't know if I went to the Roku thing, but if you noticed, I had something paused earlier. I am almost done with season 2 of Striking Out, which is an Irish courtroomy drama on Acorn. So excellent. I can't wait to see how it ends. I'm going to watch the last 2 episodes tonight. And then this week I have watched almost the whole season of The Summerdale Murders, which is a Danish police procedural. And oh, it's so good. It's so good. So if any of you have watched Striking Out or Summerdale, and Summerdale I think is brand new. I don't think it's even out in the UK yet. I think it's streaming on Acorn first in the States. But if you've watched either one of them and you want to talk to me about it, please chat below. Like, they're such good shows, and no one in my real life watches this stuff except for me. So let me know. All right, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe and not melting in the heat, and I will talk to you guys very shortly. Bye.